Barbarian Horde, the amazing man, your main man, returns today, reminding you to go get your Within the Ring of Fire books. This is 2 out of 4 Monsters and Men Saga book. You can get the hardback or softback on drivethrurpg.com. Go get them now. Do it now. You can get PDFs there. Some of the PDFs are even on sale for the holiday season. And that's the reason, because it's getting your RPG player or your family tree or your Christmas wish list with just what they want. And what they want is Within the Ring of Fire, to have that soul blazed with immersion and delight. Get the best damn RPG imaginable, and it's right there. The vistas of imagination can push to some degree a limit, and that limit is realized in flame. All right. Also, you can send your main man a request on Facebook, friend request. I'll accept them. You can hit it up, get the PDF, get a used PDF bundle. Every PDF ever to be put out for Within the Ring of Fire. First 4 books are out, even though I only have 2 in my hand. And the next book's coming out soon, and I have at least 2 more beyond that coming out. Also, make sure you watch the video. I think it'll be right before this one. The Air System video. Crawling Chaos, run by your main man. The Air System, that's going to be a universal system, bringing you the system in a polished up, revamped, revised, even more streamlined format to appeal to so many gamers out there. You're gonna have a great time with it. Watch the video, see what was put together in Crawling Chaos, Lovecraftian style with the Air System. Great players, everyone did a wonderful job. I think you'll like it. I wouldn't be pivoting hard if I didn't think you would. YouTube RPG Brigade convention was yesterday, and I had a good time. I was one of the raw immersive games, which is, you know, me, with generous help from many of my friends. One of the sponsors for that, and one of the contributors in terms of a game as well, and you know, postings up for that stuff. So it was good. A lot of people did a lot of work on the RPG Brigade for that. So big thanks to everybody in the RPG Brigade that worked to put together, you know, all the various. I'm not going to go through all of it because it's taking 10 minutes here, but all the things that you guys did. Big thanks to all you guys for putting that together. So very cool. I know a lot of people had a very good time. About 200 people showed up apparently to play and watch. I don't know how that number is actually gauged, but they say 200 people, so I believe it. And there were a lot of games run, panels, all kinds of stuff. That being said, let's talk RPG notes, personal politics, real politics. You understand? Do your due diligence and find the people that are going to make your game great. Remember, Gary Gygax said, no gaming is better than bad gaming. You don't want to be in a bad game. You don't want to be a bad gamer. You don't want to have a bad time. You only have so much free time in your entire life. If you live to be 0 to 197 and all you have in your life is free time, it's still barely any time at all. And none of us have that much free time anyway. So you got to make it mean something. You could be drawing or painting or eating popsicles. You could be playing a video game, watching television, a movie, whatever it is, other than playing RPGs. And a bad RPG experience is just a horrible thing all the way around. You're not going to be able to reach out, salvage and save everyone. You got to figure out what your play style is, what you like, and not have that explosive styles clash. If you want to play in a game, everybody's PvPing each other, and you're basically playing a pen and paper version of World of Warcraft, where everybody has maximized armor and weapons, and everything is always the same at all times, with everyone with the tricked out feats and foolishness, and there's cheating and power gaming and all this kind of nonsense going on. Just make sure I know who you are, because I do not ever want to play with you, because you are a bane to the hobby as far as I'm concerned, and as far as many others who are immersive are concerned as well. So got to figure out what you want to get out of the game, how you want to play, and find people that can accommodate that style at least to some degree. And that's important to have that degree of RPG compatibility. If I'm playing in a face-to-face game, I hesitate to say real life, but face-to-face, I'm going to do my due diligence on your ass. Best believe that. That's important to understand. That means, you know, people's opinions of you, of your RPG talent, is going to be called into question. 100% of the time, if it is at all possible, which it almost always is, always research you before there's any degree of talking to you about RPG playing. Because I don't want to be in a position where I'm going to have my time ruined by you because you have a different expectation. I mean, I don't mean different. I mean different expectation of what's coming out of this game than I do. You know, if it's That's fine. That's fine. You know, I don't think that everyone needs to have an identical perception of what you're getting out. But if you want to tell these wonderful stories and be deeply immersed and be entertained and to act out what your character's doing and to speak with accents and to create characters that are very different one from the next and spend an hour and a half working just on your first name and getting all it out, you know, every syllable perfect and giant and then explaining what it means in whatever real world language you speak. I want to say English, but, you know, it might be Portuguese for you. So if you're going to do that kind of nuanced work, you don't want to play with a guy that's going to put the same amount of in his character, but they're digging for feats. They're digging for weird discipline combinations. They're digging for bizarre alternative rules. They're digging for strange advantages or weird skills, whatever they can put on their character to make their character stand above your character on a die rolling mechanic. Because again, they're happy and quick to bring it to PvP. Why wouldn't they be if their character's 8 times more powerful than yours and you're trying to play this character with intricacies and so forth, and you can get just run up on by their character, and that can put you in a very bad slot. Sorry, I had to change the computer spot. You understand? Got to put the plug in, but that can put you in a very bad slot if you want to have your goals met. You know, if you want to play in a way that's going to entertain you and others, you want to have a good time, and you have somebody there while you're trying to create carefully constructed political webs of intrigue and interest. You're spawning things up for game session after game session, setting things up, making retainers, contacts, and so forth. And then another guy who can't and won't do that, doesn't have the mental acuity to handle that. And then it's all gone. You're like, oh, wait a minute, but we were going to do this and this and this and this, and we could have run so much more, but you just smash and destroy and left everything scorched earth. Now all the Game Master has to do is go make more stuff and more stuff. But we could have used that stuff. That stuff was already there. We already had it established. We understood it in our mind. We understood the positions, and we could have worked that and gotten mileage out of it. It's about the mileage you get out of things, not beating obstacle, moving on. Not beating obstacle, moving on. It's get the mileage out of it. Make it slow, make it build, make it meaningful. And when it pops, it means so much more and it's so much more entertaining. That's how I want to play. I'm talking about me. And I'm talking about probably a lot of you out there. So, for me, I don't want to play with Scorched Earthers. I can't stand playing with power gamers. I really hate PvPers to the point of, like, no, just fuck away from me. Because it puts a new expectation upon the game. It puts an expectation upon the game that you can get pushed. You could with your character that's so wonderful, intricate, and excellently created, put together, can get pushed right off in the corner and be dealt with and decimated by someone who spent time making a character that could not only destroy you, but maybe 2 of you, 3 of you, 4 of you, 5 of you, everyone else in the party at the same time like that. And that really creates a problem when, you know, first of all, it's a very battling Game Master to allow that to happen. But all the same, that's going to be probably the vast majority of Game Masters out there can get pushed around in all sorts of different ways. They're too lazy to look at things. They don't understand what's happening. They don't know the system they're running well enough, and that can create a whole other problem. But you want to check them out. You know, if I'm going to play in person with people, now I've been around the scene a long time here where I live, and I'm going to go and I'm going to research them. I'm going to talk to this person and that person to see, well, how do they play and how recently did you play with them? Okay, that was 15 years ago. Well, maybe they've changed. Let's hope so. But I want to know how people play because I don't want to be in that slot where the night's been ruined by somebody's foolishness and everybody's been miserable at the time. Not just me, everybody. And then, you know, of course, I'm going to say something. You know I'm going to say something. But you don't want to be in that slot because it just completely wastes your time. So if you think about it ahead of time, you know, you can prevent that. And I always talk Game Masters. If you approach me for a game, either in real life or on Google Plus or whatever, one of the very first thing, who you have playing? Well, I don't have anyone. Let me take care of the players. You don't worry. You just make your game. I'll get the players. Because I like to bring people that I'm comfortable playing with, people that I know can do a good job, people I know that'll play here, not here. You know, where it doesn't need to be the same, but it needs to be close enough where we have reasonable ideas. You know, like for example, like this, like in D&D, If you tell me like a D&D starting character, to me, 18 strength in a D&D starting character is huge. That's a tremendous starting strength. Like, oh, 18. Wow, you're tremendously strong. You know, but to another guy, that might just be like 18 ain't nothing, man. If it ain't at least a 22 starting out, that's nothing. If it ain't a 24, and I'm telling, then those people want to really escalate it. To me, 18 is always a huge strength in D&D. Like you'd be like 19 levels. Like, what do you have? I have a 17 strength. I'm like, oh, that's a strong dude. That's the way my mindset is. You know, um, so, and that's probably not the best example I can give you in this situation, but hopefully that'll kind of give you some mindset as to what I'm talking about in terms of making it playing with people that are going to be statistically similar to you, but you also want to play people that are going to be stylistically, which is more important, but they're both important. But you play with people that are stylistically similar. You want to play with people that are going to want to engage in the role playing. And if you're here, I'm just taking a wild guess that you want to play a role playing game where you actually role play as opposed to role play. So you want to find out. You can talk to people directly too. So hey, this and that. This is what I think is reasonable. What do you think? Oh, you think a 74 armor class is reasonable? Oh, I don't think we're going to get along very well. I'm just going to let you know that off the rip. We are not going to get along. So that's something you want to put out there. And on the flip side, if you are a guy who's making these characters are ridiculous, who instead of like getting with the plot lines, you just run into just smack everything down. People aren't going to want to play with you, and you're going to be the guy that people, when it goes around, who should we get in this game? Oh, let's bring him in. No. But I think no. I will guarantee you any game I play in, there are a long list of no's. Because they're people I'm not going to play with. Because I know what they're going to do coming in a game, and I'm not going to deal with it. Right off the bat, that's squashed. Maybe even somehow if they didn't, there's still that perception that, in my mind, and likely a lot of other people's minds, that person's gonna do this and that foolish. They just waiting to get that foolishness on. So remember that you are always being evaluated by the people around you playing a game with you. And if you don't think you are, you're probably the guy that's not being evaluated very well. Because I have had hundreds of messages from all over the world, well over 1,000 easily in the time I've been doing this. Long messages about this guy in a group, that guy in a group, how to get him to play in a way he doesn't suck. I like my friend, but God, he's horrible to play with. X, Y, and Z all the way down the list. And I hear it all the time in person. And I hear it all the time in chats. And I hear it all the time in messages on Facebook as well. So it's a big problem. And it drives people from the hobby. So you want to play in a way where people want you in the game. That really comes down to the bottom. If you're looking around and you go, man, ain't nobody asking me to play. Hey, can I get it? Oh, no, we full up. What? Oh, you full up? Okay. Well, wait a minute. 2 minutes later, somebody new come in the game. Can I get it? Oh, yes, please. We'd love to have you in here. We make an exception. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. What's going on here? So you don't want to be that guy, man. It'll just keep knocking you down into a worse and worse environment for that style of play. And I've seen a lot of power gamers, so they like to have people that role play in a game with them, because first of all, that person will role play, and second of all, that person might be way under them, so they're like, yeah, look how badass I am. Your character has a 9 strength. I have a 2007. Like, how is your strength 2007? Don't worry about that. I have special rights. Like, you almost have 2,000 more points of strength than me in D&D. Don't worry about it. So. I've seen all sorts of foolishness, general foolishness, and we have plenty of RPG horror stories. Check out RPG horror stories with WWAD on YouTube, but you can find some very alarming and astoundingly entertaining stories about some of the worst things that I have seen in RPG. But really, a cautionary tale for trying to be someone that people want in their games. That's the bottom line of how you want to play. You want to play in a way where people can watch it and say, well, that's the guy I want in my video. There's tons of videos of me out there, for example, playing in running games. So you can just look and say, okay, well, that guy I'd want to play. Or no, I wouldn't. And for X, Y, and Z reason. There's different people want vastly different things out of games. So do that research and try to figure out where you fit in, what you want, the type of people you want to play with. And, and remember, if you ask your main man for a game, just remember, I'm probably going to be bringing some of my crew with me, baby. You know what I'm saying? Give me a quick tag on you, kid. Yeah, there you are with it. ask questions, do your due diligence, do your research, investigate the people you're going to be playing with, so you can make sure you have a group that just brings it home tremendously. The people that are playing in a game make a tremendous difference. And that's really important. That's one of the most important things I can try to pass along to you in getting your RPG on.